So, for a housewife, she is the dignity of the household. Not only that, but she is responsible for the complete culture of that country. Complete culture of that country. They represent the culture. On one side, the woman housewife has to deal with the daily life. On the other side, she has to look after her family, her children. Also, poor thing, she is responsible for the society. She has to maintain the society. In a country where women are sensible and are matured, you will be amazed that they become extremely good families, good societies, and good children. But there are 9 types of Lakshmis within us, which I think I have told you sometimes back. Now, in that Lakshmi Puja is this, that you worship the Lakshmi herself. It doesn't mean money, not at all. To worship money is wrong. But what it means that Lakshmi is the money which is with us, or the whatever prosperity with us, should be very carefully spent, because she is very mobile and the money can slip out. On the contrary, you should not be at all miserly. Miserly people, Lakshmi is not happy. But if you want to spend, you must spend it in the right way, otherwise the money is spent in the wrong way. Now, when the Lakshmi was created, you must be knowing, out of the churning of the sea she came out. She had 4 hands. One hand was to give. She is generous, she gives. Like this, she gives, and with one hand she blesses. These are her 2 hands. One is to give and to bless the person. Very important it is that when you give to somebody something, you forget about it. And you bless that person. Not only you give money, but also you bless that person. The other 2 hands have got 2 lotuses of pink color. Pink is the color of love. And a person who has money should have a house which is full of love. Any guest who comes in the house should be respected. He should be treated just like God. So this is what is the meaning of the lotus, is a house full of love. Like a beetle which has got even thorns, when it comes to the lotus open out and the beetle goes inside and sleeps very nicely and comfortably. Even the beetle, undisturbed. So these are the significance of the form of the goddess, but the best is she is just standing on the lotus. That means no pressure on anyone. She exists on her own, no pressure. She doesn't put any pressure on anyone. Just on her own she stands, and all her weight and all balanced on her own dignity. This is the way a Lakshmi should be. So one has to remember that when you want to give something to someone, do it with the full heart. Such full heart that it forms that Lakshmi Prasada. See, that should happen. Otherwise, what's the use of giving presents to anyone? Now, it's more on the women. I'm sorry to say, Lakshmi Puja is more on the women, that what they have to understand, what they have to be, how they should be. I I have always told you that it's necessary for a woman to be dignified, very much more than the man. So one should understand also, when somebody gives you something, you should understand what is the significance of that and not to feel bad about it. The significance of that could be very much great, you may not understand. So, better to ask why they have given you these things. That is what we call auspiciousness. One of the great qualities of the Lakshmi is that it should be auspicious. Whatever you give should be auspicious. It's a very, very subtle thing one should try to understand. If you don't want to give, you should not give. But if you want to give, then you must give something which is worth the person whom you are giving. This is what it is. That whatever you do it with love. If you do it with love, you will be able to make it auspicious. But if there's no love, you are just doing for some purpose, then it is useless. The same Lakshmi becomes Mahalakshmi. That is when you understand the value of money. And when you are saturated and you are fed up, from inside you get detached, then a new form of Lakshmi comes forward, that is Mahalakshmi. That's the power which takes you higher and higher, which is the spiritual awakening. You have seen in all the countries which are very rich, this desire started, that they should seek the truth, they should find out the truth. And that's how you are all here. That means Mahalakshmi power started working in you, that you were seeking the truth. And while seeking the truth, you came to Sarju. So this Mahalakshmi is very important for you also. In Sanskrit there's a saying, Tatra Narya Pujante Tatra Ramante Devata. Meaning, where the women are respected, are worshipped. And they are worshipful. Not that they are to be worshipped, but they are respected. There only exists the kingdom of God. So much responsibility is on women. It's a very important role as a housewife. Perhaps we never realize it. Now we see so many lights here. Electricity is there running. But what is the source of this electricity? Is it not much more important than these lights? So men are nothing but, we can say, the kinetic energy. But what is the potential is the woman of the house. But these days, it is becoming a very funny situation. I was surprised when I went to Italy also, that how women have made themselves cheap. And they want to look attractive. To every man, what is it? It's a joyous pursuit into which men are going, and women are making themselves absolutely cheap. This cheapness of women is not going to give them any strength or joy. I know one feels very unhappy the way men treat them. But you must have your own personality. You must have your own understanding that you are a woman, you are Shakti. And nobody can suppress the Shakti. But if you do not keep to your own personality or to your chastity, then you cannot achieve your goal in life. And your goal in life is to give power to your son, to your husband, to all the society. The woman gives power. I am also a woman, as you know, and I also have a family. With all the powers that I have, I never showed them that I had all these powers. I always listened to my husband, obeyed him, though sometimes he was very unreasonable also. And he also came from a society which was more Islamic oriented. But it was just a joke for him. Because I thought he's just like a child. And I have to be very patient. He always says that because of my powers he earned everything in life. Always, in the presence of everyone he says. I don't know that part. But definitely I feel very satisfied with my own married life. I never think the way other people think, that we must try to dominate the husband, we must fight him, we must have a right to do this. Our right is within ourselves, within our powers. Also the men must realize that they have to respect women. I mean, not to such an extent that she tells you to do something wrong, you just get lost with this. That's not it. That's slavishness. Men have to be men. It in no way means the women are dominated by men. I never felt that. Because if you have your own powers, ultimately whatever may be the husband, he'll have to come and understand what you want. He'll have to know what you want. I've seen it many times in my own lifetime that it has done that way. I would never say anything. Suppose he gets angry, I would keep quiet. All right? After all, he has to fight outside and he has to take up temper on people. What could he do? If he does this to others, they will beat him, so it's better he takes out temper on me. And I never felt that way, that he's dominating. The only day I thought he's taking out his temper. But I've seen that whenever I said something to him, he thought of it. In his lifetime, I've taken 11 decisions. And all his decisions, he still remembers one by one and knows that it was very, very important. Other things I never tell him what to do. Whatever was most important is the principle. Now, he also realized that I have a very important mission. So he gave me money, he gave me time, gave me all freedom. But first I had to establish myself as a very sensible, devoted wife. The men as a whole are very different type, you must understand. They are extroverts, and whatever the women care too much for, they do not. It's all right. Because women and men are complementary. Like Ali was there outside working everything out. Why Fatima be in the house, home, who never went out? But he knew his source of energy, from where it was. Because women were never respected as Shakti, they started getting drifted into these Western modern ideas that we have to fight men, they are problematic, they are troubling us, and we should take revenge. That's how society cannot work. The responsibility of the women is much greater than that of men. Men have to just go to offices, work it out something, come back. Women have to lifelong generate the energy for the growth of the children, the protection of the husband, for all the sensible things that she has to do. That's why in India we say a woman is to be absolutely respected. And she has to be respected. Now we are husband and wife because we love each other. We are complementary. Woman is a woman, man is a man. Men should not expect women to be like you, very fast and Women should not expect men to be like you, very, should say, noble. There are qualities of a woman and the qualities of a man. The greatest power of a woman is her chastity. If her chastity is disturbed, then she is a dangerous person, very dangerous. She can not only harm her husband, but also her society. We come from a culture which is very akin to Islamic culture also. Indian culture is like that. In the Indian culture, women respect their chastity more than anything in this world. They can give up everything, but not their chastity. So when you start seeing yourself, your heart opens out. Unless and until you learn how to open out your heart, how can you enjoy? Open your heart. Third one is a very beautiful thing, is the Lakshmi Pujan. It's the day they worship Lakshmi. I've told you many times, the symbol of Lakshmi was created really beautifully. And it was so that she came out of the water. Through the water she came out, so clean. And she has no pride. She doesn't assert herself. She doesn't put her pressure on others. So she stands or floats in a way on the lotus. And what a thing is beautiful is lotus, that she doesn't disturb any petals of the lotus, nothing. She just stands peacefully in a balance. Unless and until you have a balance, you cannot stand on a lotus. So she's so balanced. Her center of gravity is so balanced that she cannot topple down. Now in Sahaja Yoga, some people you ask them, how are you? 10 years have passed, sometimes like this also. Why? Because you must be grounded in the Mother Earth, into the practical side of it. It's nothing something we are hanging in the air, but we are grounded in the Mother Earth. And the slightest thing happens to us, again we come back to our balance. So this is her position when she stands up in the lotus. Now she has a hand, one hand like this, one hand like this. And there are two hands which have got, again the lotus is the pink ones. Yesterday you saw the pink. Pink is her fragrance, I think, is spread on the sky. But she's pink. Pink because that shows that her house, her nature is pink. Pink is inviting, is loving. Because he must have a cozy, beautiful, cozy, again I say cozy house. Cozy doesn't mean like a hospital. Anything drops, you feel frightened. Oh my God, let me pick it up. Cozy means where you are comfortable. It's all right. In the house, in the home, if somebody comes and stays, then if little bit is here and there, doesn't matter, then you put it right. But that doesn't mean a lousy house also. It should not be taken as a lousy house, but a house which is inviting. When people come in, you give them a place to sit down and make them enjoy. So we have to be not to this extreme or that extreme, but something that will give joy to others, to visitors, to people who come to your house, will soothe the sick. People should feel happy to come to your house. So there's no showing off. Not to show off, but to make them comfortable and very happy. You can do lots of things, very interesting things, if you have the Lakshmi principle in you. That's what it is, a personality which is joy-giving. Like a lotus, as I have told you before also, a beetle comes, a black beetle with horrible thorny legs, and enters into this lotus for sleeping in the night, you see. And the lotus closes down its coziness on it, and it sleeps very comfortably. And then next day it opens out, so it flies out. That's how your homes, your ashrams, your hearts should be. Beautiful. So that anybody can feel that soothing and that comforting feeling when they are in your company. But this is not the end of it. This is only the Lakshmi principle I told you. But once this Lakshmi principle covers you up, then the Mahalakshmi principle starts. Is that you think of the world as a great challenge to you. That you have to give them Mahalakshmi principle. That you have to give them realization. You have to raise them up. And this principle, once starts working in the Mahalakshmi principle, then all the problems are your own. You have to start working it out. Change the attitude is the best way I can say towards all other things, that we have to solve the problem. We are here to solve the problem. So, out of the Lakshmi principle, I hope you get all the tattvas, all the principles satisfied in you fully, and also the Mahalakshmi principle flows through your being. You have to be very satisfied and comfortable people, not to find faults. If you are finding faults, then know that you are not Sahaja-yogis. But you must know how the whole principle of benevolence is working itself. The whole Param Chaitanya is doing the benevolence part. You must know that. As I have told you before also, we have to be like the sea, which receives all the rivers into it. If you are on top of the hill, you cannot receive anything. So you have to be like a sea to receive everything, and you have to be at the height. As I told you the other day, the same way, that very close to this sea, there should be a personality which is above everything else. Such a beautiful personality you should have is the depth of the sea and the height of the Kailasa. May God bless you all.